Good evening, everyone.
Welcome to the Decode.
I'm Andy.
I'm Debs.
And I'm Mick.
Don't be afraid.
And we're here.
Oh. Deb, your picture's still in the intro. You like it?
I never
The
noticed,
green
to be
man.
honest. I was busy looking down. Oh, my drawing.
Yeah.
Showing everybody my drawing.
The Picasso. The Picasso with leads.
I did put one in the envelope that I sent you. Did you find it?
Yes. Oh, yeah. I've got it. I might. Can I show everyone?
No.
Yeah. Mick, what do you reckon?
Yeah, I think we should.
Share. I think we should share as well. It'd be rude not to, wouldn't it?
Well, yeah, I suppose, yeah.
Right.
After
Yeah,
all,
that you mentioned it.
took me all the 16 minutes to do it. No,
Right.
not 16 minutes. 6 minutes.
So-
6 seconds, actually.
Everyone, you're going to be so impressed with this. Well, I opened it. I sat down for half an hour. Could not believe what I was looking at.
Stunned at the artwork.
Oh my god! It's even on plain paper.
Yeah, I didn't use line paper this time.
You ready? 3, 2.
That's good, isn't it? Green
How
man.
Amazing is that? And
my
she's
green
even
man.
signed it.
I did sign it. I thought, well, you never know. One day that could be hung somewhere.
In the bin.
Toilet.
No, I meant to think that. Didn't mean to say that out loud.
Thanks for that. Yeah. I do love your
Oh.
honesty.
Sorry.
So, Michael,
Oh.
have you had a nice Christmas?
Yeah, it's been a quiet, peaceful, nice Christmas.
Good.
You.
I think that's been the same for everybody, really.
Yeah. I was busy, but it's a quiet busy. That makes sense.
Yeah. I've had quiet busy, but quiet busy eating chocolate.
Yeah. I've been
I've got
indulging
Yeah.
in
I've got
food
loads
like
left.
I've
Anyone
got
wants
loads
any?
left as well.
You can collect
Every time I open a cupboard, there's something Christmassy in there.
that.
like a tree.
Yeah. No, I'll show you my tree. This is how much of the tree I got. Because I couldn't be bothered. That was my tree with lights. Oh, that's fallen off, but
Yeah. That's the tree
as
I'm
far as-
getting next year.
That's as far as it got. That keeps
Did you
falling
see
off.
the tree I posted online after all the needles had fell off?
Yeah, that like 16-foot carpet of needles you had.
It was that deep,
Yeah.
honestly. And there was still loads of needles on the tree. It's now at the bottom of the garden waiting to go into the woods.
Yeah.
No, we've not bothered with a tree this year. We didn't bother with decorations or anything.
No, that's all I had. And some battery operated lights in it. Just to
Yeah.
look a bit festive.
Just get Gary to stand at the wall, switching the light on and off.
No, I've got better things for him to do.
Oh, get a big stick.
Like disappearing into the man cave out of my way.
Right. Oh, so what have we all
So-
been up to then? Anything
Yes.
exciting?
No, there's
Um,
all these there. Look.
I've been up to the Wigan Flashes looking round there with Lee.
Oh yeah.
We went over a couple of days ago, actually. We had a full day on the Wigan Flashes.
Yeah.
Lee's doing a video on this because he did most of the recording and that. And then later on in the evening, me and Lee went up to Winter Hill
Right.
We were up there for about, I'd say, about 3 hours. I had a good night.
Yeah.
We bumped into a fella who were walking his dog, and me, I just asked him, you know, have you ever had any unusual experiences up here? Because he'd said he would go up there a lot with his dog, and,
Right.
he's out there nearly every night.
Yeah.
And he actually said that one evening when he was up there, his dog, which is only a puppy, he's trying to train it to the point where it won't run after sheep. So he takes it off the lead for a bit and lets it run around.
Right.
Said one night he was up there and he let the dog off the lead, and usually when he shouts it's, you know, with it only being young, it just ignores him, and you know, after a bit it'll come back. But this one particular night, he said he saw something moving in distance. He said he thought it was a sheep at first, but it was on its own, and which is unusual for sheep up there. You don't really get them on their own.
No.
Yeah, he said he saw it, you know, like, because it was dark and it was bobbing, you know, it was more of a shadowy type thing. And then what he noticed was it had yellow, like a red, yellow glint eyes. He said yellow at first, but he said with a glint of red in it. And well, we know sheep don't have that coloured eyes.
No.
Or any animal up there, really. But as he shouted the dog, it actually came running straight back to him. And he left then, but he didn't, you know, nothing followed him as he knows it. But he was telling us about that.
Right.
So that's something that's happened up there. And that was has been in the last 6 weeks. So within 6 weeks to a couple of months.
Yeah.
So that's what we were doing up there the other night. We saw some strange lights in a wooded area. You know the car park where we were, Deb, when we had that Skywatch?
Yeah, up at the top.
You could see the woods behind.
Yeah.
Yeah, well, as you know, there's only a farm down there, and then there's these woods, and it goes to a road.
Yes.
We were up there, and we saw these like flashing lights in the woods. We were going to go around there, but when we got back, we were lucky because we got back to the car, and it just started throwing it down. So we didn't bother going having a look because we were going to go around and have a look. So we got that to look at next.
What colour were they?
I thought at first it was you know, the lights from a police car.
Wolfman. Sorry, go on.
What?
It was the wolf from the coach phone. Right, sorry, carry on.
A red and a white and a blue light.
Right.
But they weren't all together near each other. They were at different points. Not that far away from one another, but at different points on the horizon in the woods.
So you wanted for torch lights then?
That's what I thought at first, but they were flashing like pretty quick.
Right.
They weren't in sequence or anything, but they weren't moving as well. They were in the exact same spot all the time. Now, Lee had his night vision and I had my night vision, and we were both watching him. We've done a bit of a recording, so when Lee puts it out on his video, that will be in there as well.
Right.
Yeah.
Ooh.
Well, that's just reminded me. Sorry, Mick.
No, go on.
I was in work between Christmas and New Year. I was only in for the 3 days, like the Wednesday, Thursday, Friday. And I think it was the Thursday. I don't even know where I was. I was like right down the south of Suffolk, going in towards Felixstowe. Going around all these country roads, coming round a bend. It don't know if you had it up there, but it was like really low cloud and it's just pure drizzle. So it weren't, you know what I mean? The really fine rain.
Yeah.
So obviously, wipers are on the van all the time. But there's a light, so there's obviously fields and trees and all that, and there's a bright light. So it's looked like a helicopter or a plane coming towards me. So the road was winding, but it kept straightening out. So it was like kept heading in. Say it was north, so I kept going north. I'd just go round the bend, back north, round the bend to the right, north. And this light wasn't behind the clouds, wasn't behind a tree line or anything else like that. A really bright light. And as I come around there, I didn't take my eyes off it. There's nothing else on the road. There's no one about that day. And then it just vanished. And then as I come round, I kept heading in the same direction. You'd have seen whether there's a helicopter or a plane, but there's no flight paths or anything around the area. There's no
Well, the best thing to do is see
aerodromes or anything like that. It's weird.
Yeah. The best thing to do is look for the airport. Make sure there's no airport around there. But sometimes you get helicopters when they're turning around, they go brighter, and then they fade out again.
Well, that was the thing.
Round.
As soon as
it's in the same spot,
there's no object.
Right.
And I would have heard it as well, especially a helicopter.
Yeah.
Like, especially, I was like right out in the middle of nowhere. I'd probably passed like 3 houses in the course of 5 miles. So any sound would have travelled around there.
If you have things like that happening to you, the best thing to do is there's certain apps you can download, the radar apps.
Yeah, I got one.
It'll look for all air traffic, even police and air traffic and that, and have a look at what's on there at the time you're seeing these things. Because we look at ours, and sometimes there's a lights that just appear in the sky. Yeah. They'll get brighter, they'll fade out, and then they'll be at another part of the sky within seconds. Right. Because, they go bright, they go, they fade out again. So getting the radar thing out and having a look at that.
Well, that's one I've got, the flight radar 24, what Warren's just put up.
Yeah,
but this is the thing, the light went out, and because of how low the light was, if it had gone out, I would have been able to see an object, but there's nothing. So that's what threw me, because I thought, well, if the light goes out, then you'll see like the tail or the wing of a plane, even a light aircraft.
Yeah.
But nothing, not a thing.
Strange.
And I didn't take my eyes off that point for about 30 seconds.
Yeah, it's strange when you get lights just appearing like that, and then they just, fade away and then come back. And, it's... the first thing we do is, we see which direction they're in, looking at maps, seeing if there's an airport or a military base nearby. It's just checking all out first of all. Yeah, you do see these things, and you see them a lot.
Yeah. It's very strange. Pat wants to know if the car park's still accessible, Mick.
At the moment, in the evening, during the day it is.
Right.
But in the evening time, after about 6 o'clock, or maybe before, I don't know, I've not seen them shut it, but we go up after 6, anytime after 6, and it's the barrier's usually down, so you can't get up there anymore. You can walk in it.
Yeah.
But it's accessible walking on the road. But during day, you can drive right to that spot.
The terrain's a bit rough though up there, isn't it?
It is, yeah.
I took bottom of my car out twice.
Well, they've done that. They've recently tarmacked the road all the way up to the mast.
Oh,
and put this barrier on.
Right.
But there's no parking spaces there anymore.
Right.
How
far's the barrier from where we were then?
It's right down at the bottom near them houses.
Ah, right. Oh, God, that's all the way, isn't it?
It's about half a mile walk, isn't it?
Yeah, I was going to say, that's a trek that. I used to go running up there. Oh. And we used to park, believe it or not, we used to park at the bottom. It's like 1.5 miles altitude, 1.5 miles distance. Like graduation, it's like stuck forever.
Yeah.
It's
awful. So.
But we'd not been out over Christmas up there because Carol Ann's had a bit of a cold and she's had a bit of a chest infection. So we've been at home. So the other day when me and Lee went up there, I was walking up and I was getting out of breath because I'm not, because I've been stuffing myself with all the right foods.
Food coma.
Yeah. So I need to get out there and do some more exercise.
Get some walking done.
Well, when we were down at the Flashes as well, I forgot to mention, we were down at the Flashes, and I don't know if anyone's ever come across this, but there were some trees that had been plaited together.
All right.
Really, like trees, some little branches next to each other, but they'd been plaited together and they'd formed an archway.
Right.
And it was gone into the fencing as well. Somebody must have spent quite a bit of time there plaiting this.
Yeah.
I'm not sure what that meant or whether anyone else has seen that.
Was that a bit like you know what they call that when is it coppicing where they pull the trees down, don't they, and then they weave them together? Was it a bit like that?
No, it was just along a pathway.
Right.
You know,
That's strange.
nothing like. This was one of the reasons we went over to the Flashes as well. I know it sounds a bit sad, but there's been 2 bodies found over Christmas there. But there's not been an explanation why they've been found as of yet of what I know. You know, I've tried seeing whether, you know, it could be suicide being at this time of year or whether someone's been pushed. But not only that, on 2 of the social sites I've seen, there's been 2 swans. One has been found with its head missing, and the other one's just been found in water. So we thought we'd go over and see what we can see over there, and it's quite a big place, the Flashes.
Yeah.
That's why we spent all day there. We ended up going in morning, meeting up at 10:30. We went to a local Burger King at 2:30, and then we went straight back there. We didn't finish till about 4:30, 5 o'clock-ish.
Yeah,
it's a good place. I walked around that a few times.
Yeah, it's massive, you know.
It takes you all day. Yeah. But I've heard a few reports over the last couple of weeks of animals found decapitated.
Yeah, they keep popping up on my Facebook.
Yeah, it's strange. But swans is unusual because, you know, it's hard to get near a swan, and they can be really nasty.
Yeah, they can. Yeah,
they'll have you.
Yeah, if you approach one, they're going to go for you.
Yeah.
Whether you're not going for them anywhere.
Wings come up a lot.
Yeah, they can break your legs, can't they? Is it a wing? They can break your legs.
Don't know. It's a lot of muscle per square inch. I know that.
Yeah.
What Lee's put there, it was along the railway line where we found this. A path running along the old railway line there.
That's strange.
Very odd.
Yeah, I don't like this decapitating stuff. Doing this database for Truth Proof. There's a massive correlation of wallaby decapitations in like wildlife parks in this country at the same time as it's happening in Australia as well.
Yeah, that's
bizarre. Just really bizarre. I don't know. There's no explanation, is there? And I mean, in a wildlife park, they're kind of they're not just roaming about. They're fenced in, and so something would have had to have got into the park over the fence and decapitated them. I just doesn't make any sense. Doesn't make any sense at all.
Strange.
Very strange.
So, I have some news.
Yes, I've just got some news.
Yeah, just remembered. I did actually forget. I'm doing a interview on a podcast in America. I'll have to find it because I can't remember the name of him. It's all right. Oh, yeah, here it is. So next Thursday, the recording. It is called Real Ghost Stories Online.
Excellent.
So basically, it's just about the ghost encounters that I've had.
Yeah.
Which is good because they've had quite a few, and that most of them were at the house that I lived at in Milton Keynes. A few in Manchester. So, yeah.
You have to put the link up to that.
Yeah, you will.
Once I've done it, I'll put it on here, I'll put it on the website and everywhere else. I just go around drawing it on toilet walls and
don't be doing that, Andy. You never know what you're going to get.
Get a couple of Sharpies. I'll post one out to each of you. You can join in.
Oh, thanks ever so much.
It's all right, anytime. Got a choice of black, blue, red, or green.
I've got a whole host of colours upstairs. Never get used, but I've got loads of Sharpies.
No, I've got a pot in the Ghost Cup.
Yeah.
Yeah, so I've got that next Thursday, so I won't be able to watch Truth Proof.
No, how dare you?
I know. Well, I'm guessing it's 8 o'clock at night because it's 2 o'clock US Central, and I think they're 6 hours.
Yeah, sounds about right. Yeah.
So, but this will be the first American one that I've done.
Yeah.
So it's only audio.
Is it a podcast?
Yeah, it's podcast. I'll forget the name of the guy.
You won't be able to preview my artwork on there, then.
I can describe it.
You won't
take long, Deb.
Love to hear that.
There'll be a lot of bleeping, I think.
Yeah, probably. Oh dear. I saw a UFO over the Christmas period.
Yes, someone's going to ask about that. I thought I heard you saying something about that.
Yeah, I was on the back of the bike. We'd gone out Selby way, and I was on the back of the bike, and it was a perfectly clear sky, blue sky. There were clouds either side, but not the bit that I could see. And I saw something glint, and I thought, "Ooh, plane." And then I thought, hang on, that's not a plane. I need to keep my eye on that. And as it travelled along, there were no wings on it. It was like the fuselage of a plane, a jumbo jet, in sort of silver and white. I don't know whether it was silver because the sun was reflecting off it, which is why I noticed it. And it travelled along, and then it kind of, when I say pixelated, it wasn't as sharp as pixelation. It was kind of, parts of it faded off.
Right, yeah.
And then it came back fully, and then it just did that fade off and disappeared completely. And I was like, couldn't believe it. Just there. And it was, I same as Andy when it comes to judging distance and height and stuff, but I would say 300 foot.
Yeah.
It was about the distance of like when you see a plane coming into land at an airport and it's coming down.
Right, yeah.
So it was clear enough for me to see, to make out what it was, but it was just like a jumbo jet with no wings.
So you say the same size as a plane while it's coming down as well?
Yeah. But like I said, when it turned, because it turned at one point, and I thought, I'll see wings now. No wings. And I would have seen them because the sky was clear and the sun was shining on it, so the wings would have been visible because I thought maybe it's banking. But no, nothing.
And there's no way there were any clouds.
No.
It was such a clear day.
Yeah. There were clouds at either side of the sky as I was travelling along, but not where this was.
Yeah.
There was nowhere for it to go behind, or it was just in the blue sky. I don't know, Pat, if it was a tic-tac. It could have well been, I don't know.
Was that not the one that I put on the website? Was that not that story? Is that a different one?
Yeah. No, I think that's the one.
Tic-tac one. Because you was trying to describe it and I managed to find a photo on Google, didn't I?
Yes, you did, yeah. Yeah, that's the one, yeah.
Yeah. I was well impressed.
Just very odd. And like I say, if I'd have just glanced up and seen it glinting, I would have thought it was a plane. And mind you, I probably would have watched it because I do tend to do a lot of sky watching on the back of the bike. So
yeah,
I probably would have watched it, but even if it had been a plane, but I know it was not. That was no way a plane.
Should we tell everyone about the USB?
Oh, yeah.
I know you've put it on Facebook, but the people on here that don't use Facebook.
Yeah, my mystery USB that I got through the post.
With this child writing.
It was actually sent to me in a jiffy bag with no explanation, no anything. It was just wrapped in a little bit of bubble wrap in a jiffy bag, and the writing on the front was like from a 8-year-old. And I plugged it into the computer, nothing happened. I got my old computer out, nothing happened. I said, right, I'll send it to you, Andy, see what you can find on it, because nothing's coming up on mine. Never even dawned on me. And then Andy sent a message saying, I've had a look at that USB. It's got Guitar Hero on it. And then I realised I'd ordered that off eBay because I've lost my transponder thing. That's what it was. So why didn't they put a note in saying, this is your order? So this mysterious USB wasn't mysterious at all, sadly.
And have you got it back now?
I've got it. Andy sent me it back, yeah. I need to go get my guitar out of the loft now.
Are you going to do some?
What?
Are
Guitar?
you gonna their guitar?
Yeah. Oh,
Treat
not air
everyone.
guitar.
Give us all the treat.
It's my PS3. I need to be getting my PS3 out.
You'll be fine. Go on. We'll wait. Me and Mick will chat while you get all started.
No, the strap broke on my air guitar. Sorry.
Oh, they're easy to fix.
Yeah. Just a bit of invisible glue.
That's the one.
Mad.
Can't believe that. I
So it
plugged
wasn't
it in.
mysterious.
So I clicked on PC and it come up with 2 gaming controllers. It just said Guitar Hero. And vaguely remember a conversation about a week before that she was ordered something on eBay for guitar. I didn't know what it was. She mentioned something about Guitar Hero.
Yeah,
Oh, that's what it was.
it
She
was.
said that she'd ordered something for it and she was still waiting. She hadn't received it yet. She had, but she thought it was someone had sent it from another dimension.
She had received it and sent it across the country for it to be analysed.
I don't even play Guitar Hero. That's the worst bit.
Why do you just
Don't
not
use
put a
it or
note in
nothing.
saying, this is your order, thank you for your order? Not just throw it in a bag and... Oh, dear. Anyway, it's been sussed. It wasn't mysterious.
Yeah. It was at the time.
Yeah,
Not
it was,
now.
yeah. I like a bit of mystery, though. It did keep me on my toes a bit.
Yeah. Right.
Warren's saying he's been reading Tony Dodd's classic Alien Investigator book, and there's a chapter on human mutilation. This seems to be a taboo subject, but seems an important element to me. Thoughts? I find that a bit creepy. Richard D. Hall's done that on what forest was it? There was about 6 or 7.
Rendlesham.
No, somewhere
In
up
the
north.
UK?
Yeah.
Oh.
I want to say Dolby Forest, but I'm not sure that I'm right there.
Yeah, I was down near Rendlesham today. Just thought I'd throw that in quickly.
Oh, thanks, yeah.
Yeah.
Thanks for telling us that. Did you see
All right.
anything?
Trees.
Oh, that was a good start.
As you would. That's our news in a forest.
Yeah. I don't know how.
Sorry.
I don't understand human mutilation and how they get away with it. And I need to watch Richard D. Hall again.
Who or what is doing it?
Yeah.
See, I've not really looked into that side of things because
Mm.
I've not had anything like that over here. But
There we go. Paul's put.
interesting though.
Am I right? Am I in the right place, Paul? Was it Dolby Forest or further up? Forest where the mannequins were found, but were actually a pile of bodies. Yeah, tried to pass them off as mannequins. That's
Really?
right. I remember now.
Right.
Mm.
Yeah. But I'm not sure if they were campers or hikers or something. Anyway, I do need to watch Richard D. Hall again because that is fascinating stuff.
So who or what do you think's doing it?
Makes you wonder.
See, I've got another theory now.
Okay.
And it's been going round a bit. Probably everyone else has had it 10 times in the head already. But when you see these Greys or Slender Man or the Shadow Man and all that, are they just projecting an image for you to see that you're, I won't say comfortable with, but something that you can understand? Yeah. But
yeah, I think it's
all
mindset.
Yeah, but they're
whatever
all
mindset you're in at the time, that is what you're going to see.
Yeah.
And I think it is one sort of big picture projecting all these little things for people to see from their perspective.
So you've got all these little things, all 10 different things, but if you strip them of the cloaking, they all look the same, or they are all the same thing. Either way. So it's not a grey, it's not a rake, it's not a ghost, it's not, say, a dogman, for argument's sake, just picking 4 different things. You strip them of that cloaking, and aren't they all same sort of thing, or from the same realm or whatever?
Yeah. Or is it? I know that's not sort of paranormal, but could there be people that have been taken and held for experiments and what have you, and just dumped somewhere? We don't know what
You
these
never know, do you?
Hybrids,
secret special forces do, or we don't know.
Secret Service.
Yeah, anything. It's just
Mm.
it's a bit worrying though.
It's
don't think
strange
there's
though.
any-
It's quite strange how these things happen, but people always come across them. Wouldn't you think if something had gone wrong,
to
they
hide
would?
them or burn them or
Yeah,
yeah,
but
that's the point.
have they been left there because they want people to come across them?
Yeah, and
Oh,
blame
Talk
something
about it
else.
and take
Yeah.
people's minds off and look at other things.
Yeah,
Well, like you said, have they been abducted, brought back, and either dumped, or if they've come back through a portal, they've just sent them back through a portal. So they sent that person, whether he was dead or alive, when they sent them back. It's not irrelevant, but it's irrelevant to what I'm saying. They
Yeah,
sent them back, and then they've been found.
yeah,
Because, say, these people that have been abducted, sent back, they've had whatever erased from the memory that they've been taken. They go back to the time that they was taken. No one knows they've gone, and they don't know they've gone. So you
So-
could
Yeah.
have that as well with the unknowing.
the question Kelly has put up there, and with the human mutilations as well that have been found, I take it it's in the same forest.
yeah. It is the Derby
Yeah.
Forest. Yeah,
Right. Okay. So, what are the mutilations like? What sort of mutilation is it? Is it skin being stripped away or body parts being taken?
I can't remember. Maybe somebody in the chat will remind me. But it's been that long since I watched that video. That's why I need to refresh my memory because I can't remember offhand. I just remember them being mutilated, but I can't remember how.
And were all these animals found as well at the same time as the bodies? Was
Nearby,
it all
yeah.
at once?
Yeah, I think so. Yeah,
I'll have to look at that. I've not looked at that myself.
yeah. Go on Richard D. Hall's website. I think it's all on there.
Yeah.
Yeah. Mm.
Yeah, and then there was the Adamski case
Yeah.
found on in
Over at
Todmorden.
Yeah.
Found on the
Yeah.
pile of coal.
Yeah.
Strange burn marks and strange gel on his body and his clothes on the wrong way around. But I always put that down to alien abduction.
The
myself.
stubble that had only been a few hours old.
Yeah,
It had been missing for like, was it about a week?
yeah, yeah. It was about
3-4 days to a week, wasn't it?
yeah, roughly, yeah.
And then the guy that found him, he'd already done a check in the yard
Yeah,
in the morning. He come back and then his body was there about 2.5 hours later.
yep, yeah.
So,
It's all very bizarre. He'd never got up there himself and not
no,
this.
he didn't have any mark. He had no dust, no coal
No.
dust or anything on him.
No.
It's like he'd
No.
been placed on top.
No, very strange.
That's an interesting one, isn't it? What Sharon's put up.
Yeah, that makes you wonder.
Yeah.
Because
That
there is
would
a
make
big
sense.
cave system below us.
Yeah, and the thing is, there's caves everywhere. It's just the access in and out, isn't it? A lot
Yeah.
of them are covered up now. So,
You think of all the hills and things. There's got to be. They can't just be solid earth or solid rock. There's got to be something.
you look at like Blue John Caverns in Derbyshire.
Yep,
You've got all the potholing around there.
yep.
You just drive up that hill, you can see a lot of gaps going into the ground on both sides.
Yeah,
Well, we do have a
Right.
vast cave system in the UK, going from Yorkshire to Lancashire and up to Cumbria and Scotland.
Yeah.
It's a massive cave. Just loads of them all connecting. Some at some
Yeah.
points where you can't get through, but they all do connect these caves.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, the thing is, over time, some will have collapsed or new openings have happened and
yeah.
so on and so on.
Well, looking at that, you can actually go online and find all these caves and connect them together.
Yeah. No, I might have to do that.
Well, they say that all the locks in Scotland, don't they, all connect to each other underwater, like underwater caves.
Yeah, yeah.
All connect
Yeah.
to each other, which that's
Well,
why
they
they-
haven't. So I was
Yeah.
going to say they've all got underwater rivers, haven't they, and canals
Yeah.
that run like adjacent to the lock itself.
Yeah.
So yeah, it's kind of, isn't it?
There's
Yeah,
all
Lee,
sorts of things we don't know about.
Lee put the green stuff on his body had no match with anything else he could identify. It's like a green gel, wasn't it?
Gel, yeah.
It looked like it'd been put. They couldn't tell if it'd been put over. He had a burn. Was it on his shoulder or his upper arm?
Yeah, I think it was like the top of his
Yeah,
arm, if I
it'd been
remember
put
right.
on there, but it hadn't done anything, and no healing process had taken
No.
place.
Kelly's put here near workshop 1,500 sheep went from one field in one afternoon. They had to have gone into the farm with trucks to take them, yet workers and farmers saw nothing. Gone in an hour.
Jesus.
That's weird. I've just been going back to the Truth Proof database. I've just been doing the one where the farmer found, you know, the corrals that they put the sheep in to like inject them, or it separates them into a line.
Yeah.
In one of these corrals that's only supposed to hold 6 sheep, there were 30 sheep crammed into it.
Yeah.
And
Yeah. I've
obviously
read
it's
that.
suffocated
Yeah.
and whatever, but there were 30 sheep in this small corral,
Yeah.
and that had just kind of happened. It's
Yeah.
really, like I say, when I've read the books, I've read about it, but then when you start collecting it all together and putting it into a database, it's like the connections are just
Yeah. Yeah.
amazing. Things happening at Danes Dyke when they're happening at Flamborough and Benton, and it's just, I can't wait to get up there and have a look.
Well, I was talking to Lee Nicholson about one he was looking into in Cheshire, where I think he said it was about 96 sheep had gone missing from inside a locked barn.
Right?
That was fenced in as well within the barn, and the only way anyone could have got the sheep out and removed them is to go there with a truck, put them in, but it was locked up from the outside. The only way past to get to the barn was past the farmer's front door.
Yeah, so we would have noticed a wagon.
So he would have noticed a wagon. He would have needed sheepdogs to get them into the back of the wagon as well. They just went missing overnight.
That's just
sheep
weird.
aren't that easy to
With
round
no
up.
inclination of anything coming in and out.
Yeah. I mean, the big things are sheep. They're not lightweight, are they? They're like 80 kilos, some of
Well,
them.
if you walk near the edge of a field where the sheep are feeding, they all scatter.
They're off. Yeah.
They're not hanging about. They're gone before you get anywhere
Oh,
near
yeah,
them.
yeah, they do, yeah.
Apart from the ones in Clitheroe. When we pulled up at the side of the road on the bike when I had cramp, and they all came to the fence.
Coming towards you.
Like 600 sheep staring at us. I'm like, no, I don't care about my cramp now. We need to go.
Yeah, Kelly's, but you have
That
to
was
pass
creepy.
the farm to get them out, and there's no way they could have done it since the cattle. And since then, the cattle won't go back in that field.
No, right.
That's just weird.
Yeah.
No, there's something strange afoot. No, Mick's. Mick.
Yeah.
Lee's just put, I've sent R.D. Hall's Dolby body found on WhatsApp, Mick.
Oh, thanks, Lee. I'll have a look at that after.
Yeah, that's the other thing. Ancient Ruby's put about sinkholes. What are sinkholes all about? Do we know?
No, that is a
The only
strange one.
ones I know of is in old mining towns where
Yeah.
they've been building
Like
it, just got weaker
subsidence.
and weaker, and the ground's just collapsed. But they're
Yeah.
not so much a sinkhole. A sinkhole's more everything just keeps pouring in it,
Yeah,
and there's like no bottom to it. It's like a bottomless pit, isn't it?
it is, yeah. But where does that eventually lead to? I mean, don't suppose anybody wants to have sail down one to find out, really.
No. I know they've put stuff down, and there's one sinkhole. I think they put something down for about 2 miles.
That's scary.
And it probably weren't first. I think it's the meter to come out. And there's another one here. They put stuff down, and you could hear all this really horrible screaming and like people in pain and agony.
I've heard about that one. Yeah.
And they didn't bother with it again. But would you hang about if you heard all that?
No.
No.
Funnily enough, we went to Brid last week, New Year's Day, and I keep meaning to mention it because I find this very strange. There's a road that you take to go to Brid. You can go one of two ways, and we always go. It sounds stupid, but when the fork in the road, we go on the left-hand side because there's more to see and it's more in the middle of nowhere. And you come along a road, there's nothing, there's no houses or anything, but there's like little patches of forest at the side of the road, but not very deep. You can see through it. But there's some trees in two of these forests along this road, and it's almost like a crater's formed, but the trees are still stood up in it. It's like the ground is sunk into a crater, but the trees are still upright. It's like not disturbed the growth of the trees at all. It's bizarre. And it's two separate bits, maybe, I don't know, 3 or 4 miles apart. And I notice it every time. And I wonder what the hell has caused that. Because you think if the ground had started to sink, the trees would lean or break over, fall over or...
Yeah.
No? Strange. But it puzzles me every time I go past and I think, I must mention that to somebody, and I never do.
Well, it could be old mines underneath collapsing at some points.
That's the only thing I've heard of.
Where we went to the Wigan Flashes, we ended up walking around and we ended up in the cemetery. And some of them and some of the graves did sunk into like a bowl. So, and under where the Flashes had, there used to be a lot of mining there. Yeah. So I'm wondering if some had collapsed and these had gone down, but the gravestones were still upright, even though the ground has sunk.
That's weird.
Yeah. Well, no. If you drive down the 62, and you've got going towards Worsley, and you've got Earlham on your right hand side, so you're coming from Warrington. It has signs on the motorway saying like bumps because subsidence, and that's because of the mining. Because there's a lot of mines around Newtonley Willows and Warrington area and all that, weren't there, back in the day?
Yeah.
That's what all that. I know that's what all that is because it's like clay and coal mines.
Yeah.
But that's about it, really. I've never seen one, not in real life.
Well, me and Caroline went to a place in Wigan again because we keep going around to the different bits, places where things are happening on Deb's map. So we go there and we like have a look around. And with us looking into the Flashes at moments and all these places around, and one's called Crook Village, where there was a fellow walking his dog there who saw white mist coming towards him, and the dog went into the mist, came back out with all scratches and chunks of flesh missing.
Oh.
And then the mist disappeared, and there was nothing else around. So we went looking in this area, and there again, a lot underneath there must have been a lot of mines, because there's like dips in the woods, and we went just as it was going dark, so we hadn't taken our torches, and we thought, no, we better not, because it could fall down any hole around there, not knowing the place and that.
Yeah.
So all over Lancashire, really, you've got all the mine shafts underneath as well. There's been a lot of mining going on.
Yeah. But I just thought, with this being out right in the middle of nowhere, I mean, there's no sign of any industry or anything having taken place. It's just like natural out there. Not even near houses or anything.
If you go back hundreds of years, was they mining stuff then?
No, there could have been, suppose, yeah.
No,
it's not out of the way, is it?
If you've not got any history on it,
not
going to diss what you're saying, but it's just a possibility.
Yeah, it is, yeah. Yeah. Joe's saying now about the blue holes in the sea as well. Sort of vaguely heard about.
Like a whirlpool, innit?
Yeah.
Yeah. Thank you.
A bit scary.
That was a cup of tea.
Hi, Coach.
Hello.
Hello. I want a slave like that. Bob, get in there and make me a cup of tea.
Oh, nice. I weren't expecting that.
Yeah, it's lovely. She bring you any Christmas cake with it?
No, she's not. Have you eaten it all?
Right.
Nelly wants to know, can anyone else hear quiet beeping like Morse code? It keeps coming and going really randomly.
Yes, I can hear that as well.
I've got it in my ear constantly.
No. No, I must be deaf.
It's very low. Yeah, I can hear that.
Very strange. Blue hole on land, Joe. Lad got taken swimming with friends by a giant squid. Never seen again as it's connected to the sea. Oh, nice. Them squid can reach a bit of a size. They're paranormal in themselves, I think.
Yeah. Sort out this noise because it's doing me head in.
I can't hear it.
1 second.
Oh, Stuart could hear it as well. No.
No, it's not my volume.
No. Although your volume's gone down a bit now.
Mine has.
Oh, that's better.
Yeah. No, I unplugged my headphones from the mic and turned the volume right down to see if it was that.
Right.
I've taken echo off. And put audio.
I've just thought of something.
No.
Talking about blue holes in the sea. When I worked in mental health, one of the first holidays I went on back in, must have been 92, 91, 92, was to Butlins at Skegness. And all the tenants that we took had the tea and they wanted to go to the chalets. So me and the member of staff that I was with decided to go to the pub on the beach. So and it was all part of the camp. So we decided to go out of the fencing onto the beach, go to the pub and then walk back via the beach. So by the time we walked back, it'd be about 10:30ish. And the moon was out. We were walking on the beach.
Yeah.
And you know, like when the tide comes in rolls backwards and forwards on the shore. And we both stood looking at the sea and there was a massive area of black, like the size of a room of black right next to the edge of the water. And I'm like, what the hell is that? It was nothing floating in the water. It was something under the water. And we were like, what the hell is that? The rest of the sea looked perfectly normal in the moonlight. But this
Where was that?
Skegness. This massive, great big black patch under the sea, like where the sand is under the sea. And neither of us dared go near it. And we were like, proper spooked. It's just come to me as that. Proper spooked by this patch. Because like I said, you could see the sand and the rest of the sea. Just this massive black void in the middle. That you could have actually stepped into. Like the water wouldn't have even gone over your toes. It was that close to the edge. But yeah, we stood for ages looking at it because, like I said, the moon was full. There were no clouds. Yeah, and it was showing up the rest of the shore perfectly all right. And then when I went back the next day, it was just normal. There was no seaweed, no like black pebbles, nothing. It was just normal. So I have no idea what that was. I'm glad I didn't go paddling though. Could have been. You never know. Yeah, just sat there waiting.
Ooh, there's my lunch.
Yeah. Well, it would have been supper at that point, but yeah. Scary. That's just come back to me, is that? Yeah, I've forgotten about that. I could have put that in my other book.
Yeah.
It's the third book on where then.
Ah, yes. Yeah, there is, actually, because there's a couple of things now. There's been an article posted recently about the Beast of Skeggy, Deb. Yeah, Kelly shared that on the group. I need to look at that. There's a YouTube video.
Yeah.
I need to be checking that out.
Yeah. Sorry, I'm just going to put this one up from Reba. She'd been hearing loud pulsing sound. So she's got a night vision camera out, and where she could hear the noise, caught a load of orbs.
Ooh. That's another thing that a lot of people report, isn't it? The hum.
Yeah, like a pulsating.
Like that's just gone past your
Yeah.
Yeah, like a hum.
Right, give me 1 second. Stuart's just said, I'm using a wired microphone, but I need to because I plug it in. I've got headphones plugged into my microphone, and then that's plugged in on a USB.
Right.
But it's never done it before. Is it doing it now, or has it stopped?
I couldn't hear it anyway.
Still
So
doing it. I can hear it on this side.
I haven't
You
got a
could.
wired microphone. I've got my stand one.
I've got my headphones plugged into it, otherwise I can't hear what anyone's saying because I'm using a new PC that hasn't
Just
got any
move your
headphones.
mic again. Right. Stop now. You took
Yeah.
your computer.
Where's your
Right.
phone?
My phone's
Is
right
your
at the
phone
side.
next to you?
I think
Right.
it's a little bit of feedback. That's it.
Right. Is that any better?
It's gone now.
Can you hear me all
that.
right?
I thought it's normally me. It's Deborah.
Deborah. I'm getting blamed now. I knew it wouldn't be long.
Well, it's normally me who gets blamed for everything.
It is
That's the
actually, yeah.
internet breaking. Oh yeah. So quickly. So I've got this PC. It's Becky's son. He's got a new one. So I'm getting the hand-me-downs now.
Yeah.
But it's got twice as much RAM. So if you notice, there's no freezing. I've not got any things popping up saying there's a crappy internet connection. So
Yeah.
it's all good. So I use a
So-
laptop for bits and pieces downstairs, and this one for streaming and everything else.
Pat's saying we have a low hum here early evening, just local, and nobody knows what it is. Won't be going around investigating me.
Is it
Wandering the streets.
is it every early evening or is it just today?
It sounds like every early evening to me, does that? Very
Yeah.
strange.
Strange if it's at the same time every day.
Yeah.
Yeah, that'd be weird. That'd be
Is that the
dreadful.
only noise what Paul heard over at Paul who I interviewed over at the Flashes when he
Yeah.
said
Yeah.
he said he heard the humming noise going overhead.
Yeah. Just makes you wonder.
That's why we were there later on as well at evening because we were hoping to capture it,
Yeah.
as it were going dark.
Yeah. That's really strange.
Oh, well, I'm doing 2 investigations, but they're not going to be live feeds.
No.
So one of them is in a house where some guy killed himself. There's a lot of activity there. It's and it's round the corner from Kingsford Cemetery.
Excellent.
Excuse me. And I'm going to go back to St John Ruins, most haunted church in Northampton. I'm just going to do some filming and see if we can pick anything up because that's where that shadow person was. I can't remember who pointed it out.
Me.
I did a screen record of it and put it on the group.
Yeah.
So I'm going to go back there, but I'm going to go.
It was
I
me.
might do them on my own.
It was me that saw it.
Was it?
Yeah.
No.
Yeah.
I think you was busy hustling people at pool.
You just
I'll
don't
ever
let
play
that go.
pool against Deborah, Mick. Con eyes.
What can I say? I'm just a pool master,
Well,
as well as air guitar master and master artist.
I've got some words for you, but it's none of that.
Cheers. Nice to be wanted. Pat's saying no, Mick, it's intermittent, but at the same time.
Yeah.
Makes you wonder what's going on.
It does.
Well, Pat asked me to look into something before Christmas, and I'm still looking into that. Pat, I'm not ignoring you. I'm still looking at what you asked me for.
On the case. He's on the case.
Well, with that as well, with the humming noise, that's interesting.
Do you think it could be these new 5G towers? Because they're putting them up everywhere.
No, it could be. It could be.
Yeah.
If some of them have disappeared.
You just don't know, do you?
No.
Yeah, I'm top cat as
like-
well to add to my list. Sorry.
Oh, yeah. No, they said one out loud then. We got cut off air.
Yeah, banned.
Banned for life. Yeah, so because they're putting these towers up everywhere. There's loads near me now, and they're putting them in the middle of nowhere.
Yeah,
It's like I was in Norfolk and Suffolk again today. It's like right out in the sticks. You go around a bend on these country roads, and there's just a massive 5G tower.
yeah,
But I suppose they use a farmland, don't they? And they get paid for letting them put them up there.
Yeah, they get a lot of money for it.
oh yeah.
Yeah.
That
Yeah.
rolls like thunder.
Oh, that's a bit creepy, isn't it?
Yeah.
It's more than a hum, is that?
Mm.
Oh, did you see the video I did yesterday when I was complaining about people contacting me about investing money and
Yeah, I saw that. I
giving
thought,
them money and this, that,
what's
and the
he
other?
moaning at now? I thought.
The first one I've ever done. So anyway, I put it up, and my manager, she messaged me on there saying, he's like, if you look at the window behind me, so the rear passenger window, sat in the car while I was doing it, just otherwise it'd be really weird if you could see that. You see like a really slow blue streak of lightning go across. But then I stopped the video before, obviously I didn't see it. I was complaining about idiots contacting me for no reason. But if you watch the video,
Right.
you'll see it. So it's
Ooh.
just over my, like, that shoulder.
I
My
might
right
watch it.
shoulder.
I might watch it then because it might not be as boring as I thought it might be.
It's only 30 seconds long.
That's why I watched it, because it was only short.
Yeah.
And then I felt like
Short
turning
and
it
sweet.
off.
The thing is, though, I had to keep recording because people would be walking past. I like cars just flying down the road. So I waited till there's no one about and then did it.
Yeah.
So no idea what it was. But you just see like a blue streak go across the window. And then obviously I cut it before I could do.
Yeah.
Because I didn't know it was there.
Strange.
Very.
See, Pat's put it always goes from north to south.
Yeah.
I don't know if there's any military bases around there or anything like that.
Not Halifax way, I don't think, no. Not that I know of. Unless there were like anything wartime or because there seems to be a lot of places that popped up during wartime.
The airport's not far from there, though, is it? So how far is it from there?
It'll be quite a way. Leeds Bradford Airport's like 2 miles from where I'm sat now. Halifax is about 14, 15
But
miles.
it's mostly east, though, isn't it? Not north.
Yeah.
Mm.
I mean, something rolling like thunder if it's continual. I mean, a plane would pass by and go, wouldn't it?
Yeah, yeah.
I mean, I hear it here when the land sometimes, depending on the atmospherics, it kind of rumbles like thunder. I think, what the hell's that? And then it just cuts off really quick.
Mm.
Definitely.
You've not got any light aircraft airports, airpads, whatever you want to call them near you?
No. Any light aircraft land at Leeds Bradford, really. We've got no like small airstrips.
No, because we've got a small airstrip, probably not about a mile and a half away. And even very rare you hear anything. It's normally Friday afternoon when they're practicing.
Yeah.
Now and again they'll have a car show or do helicopter flights and all that, but never anything exciting.
We've got a helipad, but it's near the airport.
Yeah.
Not attached to the airport, but it's just up the road from the airport, about less than half a mile, I'd say.
Yeah, I was going to say that, what Pat's put there. It's in the Calder Valley, and there's a lot of strange things going on over there.
Phenomenon. Yeah. Yes, very strange. Well, we're coming up to an hour now.
Yeah.
That's gone quick. We've done very well there. What's that?
Excuse me.
That's my phone.
Somebody beaming in.
Yeah.
Is somebody going to appear behind you in a minute?
With some cake.
Oh, that'd be nice, yeah. Cake delivery.
Little sinkhole opens up and a table comes up with this cake on top.
Or a porthole at the side of me.
Yeah. Just reaching and going.
Hand coming through.
Oh,
Nice bit of Battenberg. Oh, I do like a bit of Battenberg.
I do. The kids eat it before I get a chance.
Yeah, there you go, you see. Every time I go for Christmas, I've made 2 Christmas cakes this year, and both of them have just, well, one of them's gone completely. That went by end of November. And the other one's on its way now. I'm going to get some before it goes completely.
Bob's already on it. He's giving it out to his clients.
He's sat here waiting for my chair. Give it out to his clients, yeah. Wrapped in his bill.
Yeah.
Here's the bill for your mechanic work. There's a bit of cake.
Yes. So, anyone got anything else? Anyone any questions?
Time flies when you're having fun. You're right there, Lee. No, can't see anything in the chat.
No, I'm just having a quick look now.
Alison
But we're
says
back in.
Alison says she reckons it looked as if it was headlights behind turning round.
Now that's the thing though, it's a one-way street. And I park
Ah.
about 100, 150 yards down.
Right.
Because
So
when
nothing
Becky
to be
comes
able
out of
to
work,
turn
she
round.
comes out the back because obviously they lock up and what have you. And it's just a little alleyway, and it's in daylight you can see where you're going. At night, I'd end up scraping it. It's like really narrow.
Right.
So I just park up at the end of this alleyway. So there's no one could turn round, if that makes sense.
Yeah. Right. Kelly wants to know about your what show it is and what time you're on. When you're on.
Prime Watch, and I'm running with a pillowcase over my head. It is from what. So I don't know when it's going to be on. I'm recording it next Thursday. All I can tell you. Oh, the Grave Talks is the name of the podcast.
Right. Put the link on the Facebook page then.
I haven't got the link.
All
He's
right.
only sent me his email address.
Yeah.
So, request an interview about your paranormal experiences and research for my podcast, The Grave Talks.
Right.
So,
yes, Steve. Mick covered a bit of stuff from Winter Hill earlier.
Yeah, well, what I'm doing before Christmas, I put out on my page and on the Winter Hill page. I think Deb's put it out as well. That we were going out one night, and I said, I just did an open invite for people, anyone close, to come and join us.
Yeah.
I had a few people coming out. We had a good night, and when we were down in Bolton and in the surrounding areas, I thought, I've invited everyone round, and we're not going to be able to see anything because it was really, really foggy.
Yeah.
As we got to the car park up at going towards the top, it was just clear. So we had a walk up near the pike, near the Pigeon Tower area.
Right.
And as we were there, we looked out everywhere, all the way across, because it was just a complete sea of fog all around us.
Yeah.
Really nice night. So what I'm thinking of doing is having more of these events where I'll give people more notice and they can just come up with us in the evening time.
Yeah.
And have a mooch round with us, and they can see what we're doing, have a look at our equipment, what we use, and that.
Yeah. See the area you're investigating.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So that'll be this coming year.
That sounds good.
This year now.
Yeah.
I'm just waiting for the weather to get a little bit warmer for people, because I know we've got snow here tomorrow. Apparently, that's what the weather people say, but I don't know. They've been saying that since before Christmas, and we've not got any.
Yeah, I know.
Yeah.
So anyone who is close will, when they see it on the page and that, I'll put it on a codes page as well.
Yeah.
And they can come up and have a look around with us.
Yeah.
If they don't mind coming out in dark. And
no.
They got
like a bit spooky darkness.
But we've not had anything apart from that fella saying who we bumped into the other night. Nothing much has been happening up there. Yeah. But we do have these little bits where nothing happens for ages and that.
Yeah. And then there's
but we are at the 12-month anniversary of coming up to when we found the sheep. Yes. When we found them all.
Oh, yeah.
So that's one of the reasons we were out there the other night, having a look around that field.
Yeah.
So that's what we'll be doing for the next couple of weeks, going up and having a look around and see what turns up, if anything turns up. Yeah.
Just before we go, Sharon said, I asked earlier about people having holidays in the UK more. Do you think the number of high strangeness reports will appear on social media? That's doubtful.
Yeah.
What?
What? Were you not listening?
Went off then. Yeah, it went all quiet.
I've lost it now. Did you read it on the screen?
No.
There. Right.
Yeah.
About people having holidays in the UK more. And do we think the number of high strangeness reports will appear on social media?
Yeah. So
I
what
think
do you
so,
think?
yeah, because there's been a lot of cat sightings, hasn't there?
There has been. That's increased.
And there's been a lot more people in the countryside around as well seeing
Yeah.
things.
Yeah.
I've had lots of reports coming through. Deb Artswell's had lots of reports, and probably Paul as well. He's getting quite a few reports. So
Yeah.
I think with more people holidaying over here, we are going to see more. There's more people out there doing
There's
it.
more eyes, isn't there?
Yeah.
Yeah. Well, we've had an excellent show once again. Thank you, Mick, for joining us.
Yes.
Enjoyed
It's
it.
been lovely.
Well,
As always.
we was Timothy was supposed to be joining us as well,
It was.
but his laptop broke basically. So
So it's gone to the doctors.
Yeah. And so is his laptop.
Yeah. My leg's hurting now.
Oh, my back's killing me. It has been for the last hour and 6 minutes.
That's because of your silly chair.
Got a child's chair.
And on that note, we'll call it a night.
Yes, we will. So thanks, Mick, for coming on and joining us and sharing everything. Hopefully you'll be on again soon. And thank you everyone for coming in the chat and listening to us mumble a load of rubbish as usual.
Thank you.
Well, especially Deb.
Yeah.
Like I said, don't play pool against her. She's a hustler.
I'll have you.
Right, so take care, everyone, and we'll see you in 2 days. Good
night.
Good night.
Night.
See you later. Oh, not yet.
Why?
Oh, it's been a while, hasn't it? I've not done the outro. Right, see you all later.
See you Friday.
See you Friday. Bye.
Ha ha ha!